So they know who you are and how to market to you. This is a lot of in-depth stuff here, but let's kind of touch on a few of these. How about age? Let's imagine that right here, you all, let's just say you three right here, you are 70-year-old individuals, all right? Everybody here, you all are 16 years old. So think about what goes on in life at 16 years old, what goes on in life at 70 years old, what is important. So let's say I've been asked to speak to this audience. First of all, what would I wear to speak to this audience?
Very
Formal? Probably, most likely the suit. Maybe even a suit, maybe even the jacket. Yeah. Okay. What kinds of things do we think this group would like to hear about? Retirement? Okay, healthcare? Ancient, how about just history? But ancient history, maybe. History in some form, yeah?
Keeping things the same, no change.
Okay, good. Keeping things consistent. Yeah, not changing. Good. What else? Did you have one?
I was saying
Okay. Okay. What else? What else do they want to hear about? If you talk to a 7-year-old person, what do they want to talk about? But you've got some good things here. Okay, medicine, retirement, but okay, good. Church. What else? Do they ever pull out their wallet and show you anything? Your grandkids, yeah.
They want to hear about the
Exactly. Good. Good. And this kind of ties in with this history thing. Let's say I'm talking to this group of people. I am 29 years old. And let's say I step in front of them to speak to them. They could think, what does this young whippersnapper know about blah, 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 right? What does he care about me? What does he know about me and my age group? So my responsibility is to identify with them in some way. I've got to work at this. So I might mention some of these things. I might choose them as topics, but even if I don't choose them as topics, if I just mention some of these things, if I mention World War II, if I mention healthcare today, keeping the way things used to be, wasn't it great? If I mention some of these things, well, their respect level and my credibility starts to go up, doesn't it? And that's good, isn't it? That's what I want. And they begin to see me as, well, this guy's not so bad. I become a friend to them, right? Okay, good. How about this audience over here, 16 years old? What's important to a 16-year-old? Okay, cell phone? Shopping? Okay, that's it. That's Graduation. Okay, good. Let's think. Hang on a second here. 16 years old. What's important? Cars. Yeah. Cars.
Anything new?
Anything new?
Yeah.
New technology?
A job. We'd like to think, right? What was it, Small?
I was just agreeing.
Okay, yeah. All these things. It's a different. They're interested in different things. I didn't hear healthcare over here. Did you all hear healthcare? No, I didn't hear cars over here. Though sometimes it might be the case. So different groups based solely on their age, right? That's just basing it on their age. So over here, I might mention, I'm 10 or 11, 13 years older than the 16-year-old. However, they can easily see that there's a separation, right, between me and them. And I mean, it's even that way. Remember when you were a freshman in high school, those who were 18, you were like, wow, they're so much older. Remember that?
I didn't even do that.
You didn't? Am I the only one? Come on now.
But was you little, like, as a freshman?
I wasn't little.
Only if you're real little, you're like, hey, you're so much older.
So you enter high school at what? 15? Somewhere in there? They're 18, 19, somewhere in there, and you're just like, wow, they're so much older, right? So much smarter.
I thought that when I was like 8, I used to see like 17.
Oh, come on, you're not being honest with me.
No, yeah, I am honest. I did think that when I was 8.
So when you went to high school, freshman, you were a little
I was in
intimidated?
middle school and I was seeing older people.
Okay, maybe it was just me.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
Yeah.
but, there's still a separation for me and a 16-year-old. And so if I could mention iPods and YouTube and getting my car, 16 years old, whatever, that kind of stuff, wow, they're kind of hooked, aren't they? This person's not so ancient after all. They remember what it was like to be 16. Like, I'm so old anyway. Okay, this is important. How about gender? Now, here's where we're going to do this. Sorry, guys. There are only 2 guys in here. But, so let's go this way first. Guys, don't say anything in your best interest at this point. Girls, if you were asked to speak to a group of guys, what kinds of things do you think they want to hear about? Sports? Cars? Money? What's that? Fishing? Outdoor stuff? Guns? Okay. Some stereotypical things, but I think overall, I think that you're pretty close probably. Anything else you can think of? Yeah, tools. Okay. Well, let's stop here then, and we'll give them a chance to tell you whether that's true or not here in a moment. But now, guys, now girls, don't keep comments to yourself and don't get physical here or anything. But guys, what do you think? If you were in the same situation the other way around, what might you think girls would want to hear about? Shopping. Relationships. Money.
Cars happy.
John, what do you think?
They're gonna line out, I'm gonna jump in.
Okay, so let's think about this, girl. Money, shopping, relationships. Is that it? Those 3?
Your cars and
Cars, maybe? Okay. Well, let's take a moment here, girls. What do you think? Is that an accurate list? Does that cover everything you'd like to hear about? Now, what else might you want to hear about?
New hairstyles.
Okay.
Different trends.
Chick flicks, new hairstyles, good. Come on, there's more depth here. Gossip? Usually if there are more guys in the class, someone usually comes up with gossip.
Yeah, I thought that.
I just tell them they're on their own there. Okay. How about guys? Do you think their list they gave you was a little bit longer? I mean, it's still pretty shallow, but I mean, is that an accurate list? Guns, cars, fishing. What else was it? Food, maybe. Sports. Is that about sum you up?
Oh, we forgot the chicks, girls.
Oh, that's right.
We got that.
I mean, I think it's funny how it's
That's why
chicks.
they get all
It's not relationship. It's just chicks.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Age or gender makes a difference, doesn't it? However, if we're not careful, we can stereotype groups and think, well, this is a group of guys. Well, let's talk about Alabama or Auburn football. Now, if there were a group of guys, if there were 30 of me sitting in a room and you wanted to talk to me, I can think about 2 minutes of Alabama, Auburn football, and I'm just kind of burnt out. I'm not from Alabama, and I don't understand the depth at what is Alabama and Auburn football. However, I can listen to it for a while, but you can't assume, right, that I'm a male in my 20s in Alabama, living in Alabama, so I am consumed with college football. We can't assume that, but we can largely make some assumptions, can't we, overall. But it's important to know that they're not always real accurate. So there are some suggestions that even in your textbook that you can look at it that get into how to analyze your audience. How do you find out then what kind of audience with which you're dealing with? Am I dealing with a group who cares about college football? Are these a group of girls who love to do construction on the weekend? All these things, you can find these out by not just looking at guys and saying, oh, it's girls, let's talk about makeup. That can get you in trouble sometimes. So gender is important. Okay, racial, ethnic, and cultural background. What is ethnic? I mean, how does that differ from cultural? What's ethnic? Any ideas?
ethnicity.
Yeah. What is culture?
Culture is just traditions of the ethnic groups.
We tend to think of culture, don't we, sometimes on a big scale. I'm from the United States, you're from Ireland, we're from different cultures. We have different cultures. Well, that's true. There are different cultures in the largest sense. However, isn't it true? If you think about this country, aren't there subcultures in this country? Groups of people who are different. And you think about how that even gets closer and closer to your hometown. Even within your hometown, right? There are subcultures.